Separation of powers in legislative, executive, and judicial branches. The principle of separation of powers is a cornerstone of constitutional law and democratic governance. It involves dividing governmental powers among three distinct branches: the legislative, executive, and judicial. This separation serves as a crucial check and balance mechanism, preventing any one branch from accumulating excessive power and safeguarding individual liberties against potential government overreach. The legislative branch is responsible for making laws. In the UK, this branch is embodied by Parliament, which consists of the House of Commons, or elected representatives, and the House of Lords, who are appointed or hereditary members. The legislative process involves introducing bills, debating and amending them, and ultimately passing them into law, with the assent of the monarch. The executive branch is responsible for implementing and enforcing the laws passed by the legislative branch. This branch is headed by the Prime Minister, who leads the cabinet and oversees various government departments and agencies. The executive branch formulates policies, manages the day-to-day operations of government, and ensures that laws are carried out effectively. The judicial branch is responsible for interpreting laws and administering justice. It comprises the court system, ranging from local magistrates' courts to the Supreme Court, which is the highest court in the UK. Judges in the judicial branch interpret laws, adjudicate disputes, and ensure that laws are applied fairly and consistently. They also play a crucial role in upholding the rule of law and protecting individual rights. The separation of powers is not absolute. Each branch has mechanisms to check and balance the power of the other branches. For example, the legislative branch can scrutinize and hold the executive branch accountable through parliamentary questions, debates, and committees. The judicial branch can review the actions of both the legislative and executive branches to ensure they are lawful and constitutional. This system of checks and balances helps prevent any one branch from becoming too dominant and protects against abuses of power. The UK system features several examples of checks and balances in action. Through parliamentary questions, debates, and select committees, the legislative branch can hold the executive branch accountable for its actions and decisions. This scrutiny ensures transparency and prevents the executive from acting without legislative oversight. The judicial branch has the power to review legislation passed by Parliament to ensure it is compatible with the UK Constitution, including the Human Rights Act 1998. This judicial review power acts as a check on the legislative branch and protects individual rights. While rarely used in modern practice, the monarch retains the power to veto legislation passed by Parliament. This serves as a reserve power that can be used in exceptional circumstances to prevent the passage of laws deemed harmful or unconstitutional. The separation of powers is a fundamental principle of democratic governance, with significant implications for individual liberties and the rule of law. The concentration of power in the hands of a single person or group can lead to tyranny and the suppression of individual rights. The separation of powers safeguards against this by distributing power among different branches, ensuring that no one entity becomes too dominant. The separation of powers helps protect individual liberties by preventing any one branch from encroaching on the rights of citizens. The checks and balances between the branches ensure that government actions are subject to scrutiny and accountability. By dividing responsibilities among different branches, the separation of powers promotes efficiency and effectiveness in government. Each branch can develop expertise in its respective area of responsibility, leading to better decision-making and more effective governance. The separation of powers is essential for upholding the rule of law, which is the principle that everyone, including the government, is subject to the law. By ensuring that each branch operates within its constitutional limits, The separation of powers prevents arbitrary exercises of power and protects against abuses of authority. To summarize, the separation of powers is a fundamental principle that underpins democratic societies and protects individual freedoms. By dividing governmental powers and establishing mechanisms for checks and balances, this system ensures that no one branch becomes too powerful and that government actions are subject to scrutiny and accountability. The separation of powers is essential for maintaining a balance of power, protecting individual rights, and upholding the rule of law.